Hi there guys, I finally got him. It's Mr. Lexus 007 himself. For the one or two people in Cape Town that don't know who you are, what is your name and what car do you have here today?
I've got the Faizel Raji. I've got the IS250C. It's a 2010 V6. I bought it about in 2016 with about 65,000 k's on the clock. It's now on 155. Done a few mods to it, but yeah, it's just there to enjoy.
Do you know how much power it makes?
I think it's about 153 kilowatt if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not into speed, I'm into looks.
Yes. It's all about stance.
Yeah.
How often do you get to drive this car? It's got quite a lot of kilometers on it.
Every day. It's a daily driver, so it's something I use every day. It's not something that's not a garage queen. So I enjoy it as the weather's good. Even if the weather's not good and it's not raining, top down, jacket on, and I'm going for it.
Can you mention some of the modifications you've done to the car?
It's got ICF rims on. It's got a new front, whole front bumper has been changed. The interior has been changed a lot. The seats have been stitched. Flat bottom steering, mats and stuff like all little details. Nothing nothing as far as the engine goes, nothing there.
Okay. And what is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
Lexus, it's something you have to drive. It's always people ask me why. I'll just say it's a Woolworths Toyota. It's something different. Drive the car and then you'll tell me why. The other one is there's ISF Lexus. I mean, these guys are into speed. I've got the RS 300 here, also a lovely car too, NA motor. But I'm not into speed. I just enjoy driving. Cruising is my thing.
Yeah. Well, I love seeing your cars at shows, and I want to thank you very much for chatting to me about your car.
My pleasure. Anytime.
My name is Cecil. The car that I'm having here is a 1963 Ford Fairlane with a 302 Windsor motor, V8. I'm the proud owner of this car and I call it my lady in red. It was not fully restored, so I completed it and I'm still busy. You never finish with the project. Yeah. I bought this car a couple of years ago and then I contacted Ford SA in Pretoria, and they could manage to find the records of this car, that they manufactured this car for Staines Motors in 1963. And based on that, I could register this vehicle as a 1963 model and not as a build-up. So that increases the value of the car tremendously.
Of course, yes. So were these made locally?
Yes, this one was made locally in Pretoria.
Okay.
By Ford SA.
Do you know how much power it makes?
It's a 302 Windsor motor. It's got about 200 kilowatts and it's a 5-liter V8 motor. It's been a couple of years, about 5 years now that I'm busy with the car, and like I said, I'm still busy. Yeah, it's a struggle to get parts, but most of the parts you order from Australia because they also drive on the left-hand side, because it's also a Commonwealth country. Okay. So they also drive on the left-hand side, and the driver sits on the right-hand side. Yes. Unlike America, which is totally opposite. Yeah.
Have you done any modifications to this car?
No, the engine that is in here is not the original engine. This car came out with a 289 engine, but what is in here is a slightly bigger one, it's a 302 Windsor, but I didn't do any modifications onto the engine.
Okay, you're going to keep it original?
I'm going to keep it as original as possible.
Yes.
It's just the wheels, the mags that I changed because that Mari biscuits that it had on doesn't go.
The big profile.
Yeah.
What is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
Because my dad had one, and I grew up with one, and that is why I always said that I also want one. I'm ever so sorry that I allowed my dad to sell the car, but if I knew then what I know now, it would not have happened.
So it's got that sentimental.
Exactly.
Yes, but I want to thank you very much for speaking to us about the car. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Hi, so I am Jason. This is my 1991 Honda Prelude.
Yes, see, awesome looking car.
so much.
What engine is in here and do you know how much power it makes?
So from the factory, it is a B20 A7. It should have made about 110 kilowatts when it was first produced. These days, I'm really not sure. Probably closer to 100. But yeah, very unique motor. It was only ever used in this car. So the whole adage of, oh, all Honda parts are like interchangeable, not with this motor.
Not happening over here.
No.
And have you done any modification to it?
The only performance stuff I really did was got a custom branch made and a full exhaust to the back and just a cold air intake. Otherwise, everything is still standard.
Who did the branch for you?
Profit did that. They in Wellington. Yeah.
And then I see some cosmetic stuff happening here as well, the wing at the back.
Yeah, so the wing is one of the latest additions. It's a 326 power Manrique wing that I got from Fury Accessories. I think they do still stock those, so if you want one, you can reach out to them. But yeah, cosmetics wise, it's just the wing, the wheels, and the suspension. It's on coilovers, yeah.
Oh, it looks great. You've done a really good job. And how did you become the owner of this car?
So this is actually my first car ever. I was looking to buy just your regular commuter vehicle to go to work every day. I found this on Gumtree in 2018. It was like dirt cheap, so I was like, you know what, maybe let's speak to the owner. And one test drive later, I ended up buying it, yeah.
So now you daily this?
Daily it, yeah. Every day to the shop, to the work, wherever I need to go, this is the car that gets me there.
What is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
For me, is its uniqueness. This generation of Prelude is incredibly rare. You'll maybe see one drive, like one a month, if you are lucky to ever see them on the road. And yeah, just the shape of it as well is incredibly unique for Honda. There aren't many models that has such a sleek shape, and it's very, very low to the ground as well. Even just the factory body lines, without me lowering it, it's still just a very low car. So yeah.
No, the car looks flippin' smart. Yes,
Thanks.
and then you've also got a YouTube channel, Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You want to plug it here?
Yeah, sure. So my personal Instagram is JasonT9X. I'll be posting whatever photos and stuff I take here today there. And then we also have an automotive channel, which is Pushing Boundaries on Instagram. And our YouTube is GENKAI Worldwide.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. No, I'll definitely be checking those out.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Thank you very much for chatting to me about your car. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
It's Gayasaddin Ahmed, and this is my E46 M3 2003 model.
Yes, a beautiful car.
Thanks, man.
What engine is in here and do you know how much power it makes?
It's a 3.2 liter straight six, and it's 252 kilowatts. Don't exactly know how much torque it pushes out, but yeah, I mean, everybody knows this car. It's one of the most sought after M3s, so yeah.
Yeah, everybody that walks past here, they can't stop staring at
Yeah,
it.
no, this has been my dream car for a number of years, and I finally got it. So actually just got it about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how did you become the owner of this car?
Oh, okay, so it was for sale up in Joburg, and then I contacted the guys, and a little bit of to and fro for a few days, and I was like, no, screw this, just get the car, and in the end it's in Cape Town now, so yeah, finally.
Yes, a lucky guy. But in 3 weeks, you haven't done like any modifications to this car?
No,
or-
the car is still stock standard, yeah. The car is like straight that it came from BMW like 20 odd years ago. It's still the same though.
Are you going to keep it original?
Yeah, definitely.
A good call. And what is it about this car that makes it so special for you?
Well, I've been a fan of BMW since I was a kid, especially this era, the E46, late 90s, early 2000s. I think it's like the golden age of BMW. The best cars came out of that period. So for me, this is actually just like the pinnacle of the straight six, rear wheel drive, lightweight, just gives you everything that you need. It's doesn't blow your spine away like the new cars, but I mean, it's more than enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the sound that comes out of this car, it's
Yeah,
it's so recognizable.
Yeah, exactly. It's not to everybody's taste because it's got that metallic rasp and
Bit of a
stuff,
tinny.
a bit of a tin sound. But I mean, I loved it immediately when I heard it though. Even in the SMG gearbox, it was for me. It was still cool though. So this is a manual, so it's even better for me though.
Okay. Yes, but the car looks fantastic.
Thanks, man.
I want to thank you very much for chatting to us about
It's a
the car.
pleasure, it's
I
a
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Cool, man. Thanks, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers.